Hi guys, and welcome back to Chip's Green World. You join me in the front garden and I'm levelling up the home oaks. After they've settled in over winter, the one on the right is slightly tilted to the left about an inch and the one in the middle about a quarter of an inch. So I've released a bit of soil on the right hand side of them so I can then realign them and then pack them back in. There we go, all lovely and level again. And now that the soil is settled, this shouldn't happen again. So now let's get the weeding done and then we can do some underplanting. This is where the ferns are going to go. I've already done a bit of trimming of the hedge at the front, just on the back and front, as the California lilac hedge is about to bloom. That said, let's get this weeding done, then on to planting. And there we go. The fronds on the fern are about to unfurl under Miss Japonica, and that's exactly what the look we're going to go for here too. And down here we've got something round the back that we're going to bring round later to plant there. But first, let's get the ferns planted. So these 5 ferns, they were brought from the other garden. They had self-seeded in the soil that was around the font. We have 2 in one batch, 2 in another. Then we have the single one we planted between the font and the spill flowers. This one still has a bit of creeping Jenny in it, so we'll leave that in, see what it does. Right, so what I'm going to do is to spread these along the top in between the trees. Just shallow planting, because like I say, they were only planted in around about an inch of the soil where they used to be. So they don't need a big hole. And then I'm also thinking about maybe some kind of ground cover plant here, whether I go with the Jenny or with some Irish mosses or something along them lines, but we'll do that at a later date. For now, we'll just get the ferns planted, as their fronds are ready to open any day soon. Right, that's them placed. I think I'm happy with the positioning, so let's get them planted. First, let's fill in the hole I dug out to level the tree back up. We don't need a hole that deep. This is the biggest fern. This was the one that was wedged between the font and the spill flowers. So we'll put him here. He'll have plenty of room to grow. Needs to have a little squeeze to get him in. Wedge him in nice and tight. And then tuck him in. And the Jenny, you can see, I'm going to just leave that for now. I think it might look quite nice. And I don't have to plant any, so we'll see how that goes. And if I like the look of it, I might plant it further along as well. We'll see. Right, on to the next 2. And as I said earlier, these are only planted in 1 inch of soil, so really only need a shallow hole. I've also been thinking about maybe adding hostas to this bed, but at first I'm going to see how big these ferns get, because the hostas could get lost. So we'll see. We could always plant some later in the season. And also, if we plant hostas, they die back in winter. The ferns die back in winter. We've really got nothing to look at. No winter interest whatsoever. So maybe some evergreen ground cover is going to be the best option. But we could add a few hostas in amongst it. We'll see. Design in progress, I think they call it. Right, that's that one all tucked in. Now on to the last two. And while we're planting the last two, I'd like to give a big warm welcome to all the new subscribers. And thank you, as now the channel has reached over 5,000. Cheers guys. And you may notice that I'm not going to be watering these in. That's because we're due rain in an hour's time, and it'll be raining for the next couple of days. So we're going to let nature take care of the watering this evening. Gypsy boy could have the evening off after his hard labour. And for those of you wondering what I'm going on about, stay tuned, that's coming up. Bit of fun. And there we go, all 5 planted, ready to unfurl. They should look beautiful when they come out. Right, with that done, let's move on to the lower section. And the plants we've got for here are around the back, so let's go around the back. And I've decided to go with grasses. Evergreen, limey colour grasses. And they're going to fill the full border. I may plant in between with maybe something else further along, but we'll see how these look and then we'll go from there. And as we're around the back, let's have a quick look to see how things are looking. This is the quince that I was going to update you on. Isn't it looking great? We've got some even little violets in little pots. The catmint's coming up. We've got the lily of the valley popping its head up. No signs of the hostas yet, but if we look over here, look how well the brunner is doing. Hey up, what's that? I spy a my little eye. Something beginning with broken pot. What's this? Let's have a closer look. Hey up, what's going on here? This screams Gypsy boy. So I've done a bit of investigating, and yes, Gypsy boy has smashed the pot when he was moving them, and too scared to tell me. And they were settling in so well. Oh well, a little glimpse of the box we're going to be planting up next week. So, me and Spud have been in a meeting and we have decided that as punishment, it's going to be 1 hour of community service, I'm afraid. Right, back to planting. So I'm going to plant 4 of these grasses in the bottom bay, and I think they will add a different texture to the garden. They will be evergreen all year round. They will give movement, and I may also plant in between at some point, depending how they feel and look in the upcoming weeks. I could plant maybe some Aquilegia for spring behind them, so we'll see how things go. And there we go. They're looking just beautiful. So that's it for this week's vlog, guys. Next week we'll be probably doing the box hedging either side, maybe, or maybe just at the back. There's a few other jobs. Hopefully the scaffolding will be down, so we need to bring the ace around the front. But for now, that's it, guys. Have a great week, and I'll catch you next time. Okay, bye now.